What's up, good folks? Welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Bernicia. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button real quick, please and thank you. All right, y'all. Please excuse my voice. I just came back from vacation. My voice is gone. Okay, y'all. I might be coming down with the fucking flu for all I know. I mean, we was up there in Atlanta, motherfucking for the Mother's Day weekend, and the weather was literally like in the lower 70s, uh, late 60s, early 70s, and motherfucking it was raining the whole time. Mind you, the house that we rented had a pool. Bitch, I was so determined to get in that motherfucking pool. It made no sense, bitch. That motherfucker ain't had no heating system. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, bitch, you enjoy this is Georgia. Why the fuck don't this pool have a heating system, bitch? Like, what the fuck? Bitch, but we had paid so much motherfucking money for this Airbnb. It was just like, bitch, I'm gonna enjoy every crack of this motherfucker, including this cold ass pool. So the first night we got there, I went and jumped my ass in the motherfucking pool, bitch. The bones, when I tell you my bones was chill, my bones motherfucking chill, bitch. But I sat out there for a little while and I was in there drinking motherfucking Jack Daniels and shit. And then the next day I tried that shit again. So it's no surprise that I'm fucking coming down with something, bitch. But I took the risk. My homeboy was like, bitch, you 30. You need to be taking your motherfucking vitamins, bitch. I was like, hell no, nah, this nigga trying to call me geriatric. But, child, that's neither here nor there, y'all. So, anyway, that's why my voice is missing. But today we're here to talk about the first episode of Baddies Africa. Yes, okay. So, it definitely was a good episode. I'm not going to lie. I really enjoyed myself. It was action packed. They really got into the thick of things almost immediately, okay? So, let me talk about the intro first. So, I really love the intro. Zeus is really doing it up. And they really are promoting Natalie's music. Okay, I like how they had the music in the background and all that good stuff. I really like the aesthetic, the way that they put together the whole intro. I do feel like the flashback from last season was too long and unnecessary. Okay, because first of all, bitch, we just saw the last season like yesterday. Okay, we don't need a memory refresher. Okay, we just went through the reunion. We just went through all of that yesterday. So it's like, bitch, it's fresh in our memories, okay? You don't need to remind us what the fuck chaos went down, okay? So that was that. All right, so the episode opens up with Natalie and Rolly having some type of little impromptu sit down, okay? So let me just talk about the looks real quick. Natalie looked fucking good, okay? She looks snatched, okay? I know that Ozempic is working or whatever she fuck taking. She's slimming down and she looks really good, okay? Came in there looking, giving Beyonce vibes, bitch. So anyway, Rolly got out the car looking damn so good. I mean, the homegirl came a long way. She looks really good. Makeup beat, hair beat, fucking outfit on fleek. Yes, homegirl is definitely doing her big one. Okay, so anyway, they pretty much sit down and they get into the girls. Okay, so they talk about all the girls that's coming. So let's get into these girls real quick. So the girls that are returning is DTB. Now, Rolly, I mean not Rolly, but Natalie loves to claim that she would like bitches that she don't really fuck with like that. If they good for TV or they're good for the show, she'll bring them back. It's about business, right? But we're gonna see as I continue with this recap, we're gonna see that obviously shit gets real. Okay, so you could say that you willing to put up with your arch nemesis or whoever for the sake of the business or for the sake of the show or whatever, whoop de whoop. But we're gonna see that Natalie has had it up to the top motherfucking tier with all of that shit. So there's that. So DTB is coming back. Um, Big Lex. So mind you, as I'm naming these girls, we're getting to see flash pictures of them, their intros. Okay. So we see Summer. Summer, thank God she don't have on a pink wig. Bitch, if she would have had a pink wig on, bitch, I'd have deleted her ass. Like, instantly. Bitch, how you delete a motherfucker off your screen? Bitch, I would have deleted her ass, bitch. Okay, I'm so tired of motherfucking pink wigs. The wig she had on looked nice. It looked like a good graded wig. Okay, the hair was thick. It was given. Okay. Uh, Dolly confessional look was bomb. Okay, I love all those colors. I see that some people was like, "What the fuck she got on, bitch?" I love Dolly. The way Dolly dressed, I love that style. It's very different. And I love the way she coordinates multiple colors together. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. I don't really care for Dolly, but I really love the way she dressed. Okay. We see Pretty P, Ivory. Okay, so those are the girls that are returning cast members. All right. So now we're gonna go ahead and get into the new girls. Okay. So the first new girl that we get introduced to, um, she was a pick from the Baddies auditions. Now, I'll just say this real quick. I'm glad that they picked a lot of girls from the auditions because in the previous seasons we wasn't seeing too many girls. Like we were seeing bitches that we hadn't even recognized from the auditions. Maybe one or two of the girls from the auditions we actually got to see on the show. Okay, but I'm glad that a lot of these girls that we finna go through, I remember seeing them at the auditions. Okay, so first up we get Cold Killer. Now, Cold Killer, I think she gonna be a problem. Based off her intro, she give me shit talking instigator ass bitch. Okay, so we'll see, But I mark my words, y'all. She gonna be a problem. Okay, Fauna. Okay, we got another educated baddie in the house. Homegirl says she got degrees. All right. Russian Cream. Now, Russian Cream, Scotty better watch out for her. She gives me that she'll fuck for a buck. Okay. Now I remember her at auditions because she was one of the boldest girls that I seen there. Okay. This bitch turned around, pulled pulled down her pin, showed her ass with the twerking her ass, pulled up her shirt, was shaking the titties. Homegirl don't mind busting a grape for a little piece of change. Okay, so there's that. Scotty better watch out. Lemon Pepper Stepper gonna get him. Okay, then we got K Rican. She kind of remind me of Nunu, just a light skinned version from a different area. They talk the same, got the same mannerisms. Hell, they fucking favorite. Uh, Tavi Baby. Now, Tavi Baby, I think I'm gonna like her. I remember her from the auditions. Now, she do look way better. Um, when I seen her little intro or whatever, so apparently she's some type of scripper or something. She looked way better than she looked at the fucking auditions because at the audition she ended up fighting the bitch and it went up. But I think I'm gonna like Tavi. Okay. We got two girls from Africa. So Kelsey, she's from Africa. I forget what part, but she's from Africa. I love the fact that they added the real African baddies. Okay, that's what we've been asking for. Y'all going to these certain places, please add somebody that's actually from that place. Okay, Chocho Brown, she's from Africa. I think I'm gonna like her. I imagine I'm gonna like her. Okay, uh, and then we also have a few celebrity guests. Now we got Tommy, of course. Tommy at this point is a staple in the show. We got Amber Rose, and hold up, her intro. When Natalie introduced her, she said that she was part. What the fuck? First of all, bitch, we just saw you on College Hill, Amber Rose, saying how you don't identify as a black woman. So the fact that Natalie felt the need to say, "Oh, she's 1% African," bitch, we don't give a fuck. Amber Rose, go sit your ass down somewhere. Then we got Marissa, who's NLE Chopper baby mom. I don't know why she would be considered a celebrity guest because her baby daddy is a celebrity, not her. Okay, in that case, y'all should have made Nunu a celebrity baby daddy, a celebrity because that's Antonio Brown, baby mama. If that the case, shit. Let's see. We got Stunner Girl, of course. Child, that's gonna be a whole mess. And then we got Biggie. So Biggie's on Baddie Timeout. We may or may not see her. Whatever. I don't give a fuck to see her. I really don't. Okay. So anyway, Natalie goes to talking to Rolly. She's giving Rolly like this whole spew about how she's tired of the girls, their entitlements, how this is her show, how she's not taking any shit, da 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 da. And she says it's on site for DTB. So apparently, uh, now DTB did apologize to Natalie at the reunion, but apparently she walked that shit back afterwards and got on the internet and went to talking some more shit. So now it's still up. The beef has been reunited between her and Natalie. Whatever. At this point, I don't think that they're ever going to really like each other. There's that. Um. So then Scotty arrives. Okay, so she pulls up. She looks really good. I love the outfit. Love the hair. Scotty does this whole two-tone thing every now and again, and sometimes I'm with it, sometimes I'm not. But I like the hair. Okay, so she pulls up, And she immediately goes in on Natalie. So Natalie gives her a compliment about her outfit or tells her she look cute. And that kind of set Scotty off. She's like, oh, so I'm not ugly. You like the outfit, but I'm not, I'm cute too. Like, whatever, whatever. So them two go to arguing back and forth or whatever. And I'm really liking this for Scotty because Scotty's really like sticking to her guns. She's really going off on Natalie. She don't give a fuck. Okay. And after seeing how Natalie treated her all this time on television, embarrassed the fuck out of her, well, I just think that at this point it's given. It's like how you spit into the wind and then the wind and then the spit come back and hit you in the face. It's like one of those things, okay? Natalie, you taught Scotty how to be a bitch. Okay, so she's been a bitch towards you. It's learned behavior at this point. Okay, so then Anna arrives, and Natalie started going back and forth with both of them. So basically, Scotty and Natalie, I mean Scotty and Anna sticking together. They like the sister wives. Now this whole duo between them, I don't really know what's up with that. But at this point, they both don't have enough. Both Anna and Scotty had enough of Natalie, and all her antics. So now, as Natalie arguing with them, she said how she got receipts and da da da, telling Scotty that Lex still looked better than her and da da da, and it was just crazy. And so at some point, Natalie gets tired of going back and forth, and she walks up on Anna. Okay, and when she walks up on Anna, she kind of like she tries to do her big one, but the security kind of interrupts. Okay, so she's not really able to get to Anna like she wants to. Okay, um, oh, yeah. And then there was the part before Natalie jumped up from the table, she went to doing like some crazy imitation of Scotty hiding from Big Lex. Okay, because she kept throwing it up in Scotty's face that she was scared of Lex. Okay, so then she started doing like the Beyonce twirl. I mean, she was like, that bitch jumped under the table, on top of the table. Like I swear, the bitch looked like she was doing a Beyonce dance. I kid you not, and it didn't help that she kind of was giving Beyonce with the blonde wig and whatever. So that shit was funny. I did not. All right. Um. So yeah, Natalie storms off. She's mad because the security won't let her fight. Whatever the case is. So anyway, she storms off and she goes and get into the car. Okay, so y'all, I did a video uh last month, I believe, or a couple of weeks ago, when Natalie leaked the live where her and Lenny was doing a lot of back and forth. So this is where that live came from. This is what sparked that whole live. So when she got on the internet and went to airing out shit, those receipts she was talking about, well, she got on the internet and basically insinuated a lot of more shit, a bunch of more subliminal threats. Okay, and then Lemon Pepper Stepper had to go bribe her to shut the fuck up. So basically, he took her to the Chanel store or Gucci store or wherever store, Louis store, whatever, and bought her bags, gave her money. Okay, so he bought her silence. Okay, so there's that. So anyway, in the next scene, we get to see on a FaceTime DTB. Before I move on. So there was this part when Rolly went outside to check on, because mind you, Rolly was here. She was pretty much trying to keep Anna and Scotty from jumping Natalie. Now I see in the comments that people was like, "Oh, Rolly picking the sides, like she should be closer to Scotty than she is." Listen, I don't see this very moment as her picking a side. I think that the fact that it was Anna and Scotty on top of Natalie, I think that's kind of what it was. She was trying to keep them from jumping Natalie or whatever, but I don't really think she took a side because she did go outside to check on Natalie. Natalie rejected it. Natalie slammed the door in her face. And then she came back inside to talk to the girls or whatever. And she was basically saying like everybody in the situation was wrong. For me, I don't see that as taking sides. I really see it as Rolly just don't give a fuck. Because like she said, I'm just doing my job. So she really don't give a fuck. I think she just wants everybody to be cordial. It makes shit easier when there's not tension in the workspace. I don't think that Rolly gives a fuck about Natalie too much, or Scotty or Anna. I just think she's there for herself, and it is what it is. Okay, so not too much on Rolly. Okay, so anyway, the FaceTime was on a DTB. So on the FaceTime DTB, apparently these two bitches got like this bond. Now I don't remember ever seeing them really close like that on the previous seasons. I don't remember ever seeing them that close like that, but apparently they got this bond now or this alliance now. So anyway, DTB's basically saying like she wants to have a meet up with some of the girls from the previous season or whatever to try to form an alliance against Natalie and her minions. Okay, so I'm assuming that DTB feels like some of the new girls that's coming in is going to be coming in to have Natalie's back. Okay, so she wants to build like some type of situation with the OGs so that they can stand a front against Natalie and her new minions or whatever. Either way, I get where you're going, DTB, but I feel like it's a very much failed attempt, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. We'll get to it in just a fucking second. So DTB calls the meetup. Okay, so Diamond shows up. Ivory and Pretty P shows up at first. Okay, so DTB and Diamond pretty much. I mean DTB and Pretty P pretty much talk out their issues. At first, I thought the bitches was for the fight. Now their beef was stupid in the first place because Pretty P feels some type of way towards Diamond because when Zeus Network they dropped the official cast list. Diamond went on there and put clown emojis on certain girls' faces. I think she did the big three, Pretty P, and so Pretty P was like, "Well, what's up with the clown emoji? What's up with that?" And so DTB pretty much was like, "Well, you forget that your sister drop kicked me in my fucking stomach." Now, last season, Pretty P's sister caught Diamond slipping coming out the club and kicked her ass in the fucking gut, okay? Kicked that bitch so motherfucking hard she damn near had a baby that she wasn't pregnant with, okay? That's just how bad the girl kicked the fuck out of DTB. Now, according to Pretty P, they talked about it off camera or whatever with the whoop. Diamond said she moved past it. But apparently, she still felt some kind of way, okay? But whatever the case was, they decided that the issue wasn't really an issue, okay? So they moved past it. Now, Ivory started getting into her issue, okay? So her issue is with Natalie. She feels some type of way about the whole setup. Now, y'all, I also did a video. I should post, you know what? I think I'm going to find those videos and post the links to both videos. The one with Natalie in the live so that you guys know what I'm talking about. Those of you who haven't or didn't know anything about it. And also the video where Ivory came online after she got jumped by Stunner and some of her girls. Or Stunner and some girls and guys, okay? So apparently a bunch of people jumped fucking what's her name? Ivory. All right. So Ivory feels like the setup of the situation kind of falls back to Natalie, okay? Now, initially I was like, okay, well, I can kind of believe that Natalie, because I felt like, okay, part of the reason why Natalie got so upset with Scotty them. Now let's walk it back a little bit, make it make sense, y'all. Part of the reason why Natalie got so upset with Scotty was because Scotty yelled at fucking Summer that she took the Baddies chain that Summer was supposed to get out of Natalie's room. Okay, she also ended up putting the chain on Capri, her dog, in the confessional. Okay, so Natalie feels like she's getting blamed for shit that she has no part of, right? And one of the things she talked about was the whole situation that went down with Ivory. She said she didn't know anything about any beefs or any dramas and stuff, and I call cap. Okay. Now, initially, I kind of believed it, but given the way that Ivory is explaining things, it kind of makes more sense. All right. So Ivory gets up into the reason why she feels like Natalie is suspect. Okay. Basically, Natalie was supposed to meet up with her somewhere and didn't show up. Okay. Iced her out. Now that'll make her guilty. No, it don't. However, she after Ivory left the location where she was supposed to meet up with Natalie, she went back to the hotel. And when she went back to her hotel, Stunner Girl and 4 girls and 2 guys was in the lounge waiting on her. Okay? So she ended up getting jumped by Stunner Girl and her friends. And Ivory feels like Natalie was behind Stunner Girl getting her location. Okay? She feels like Natalie was behind it because Natalie caught the plane with Stunner Girl to Atlanta. They was together, okay? They also did boomerangs together. So it's just like, okay, even if you didn't tell her the location, you knew this bitch had problems with me. You knew she was going to do something. You knew she was up to something, okay? via the clip that I had on the video. Okay, there was a clip that I posted in the video. I'm gonna post both the links to both videos in the description box so you guys can kind of get the backstory. But anyway, there was a clip that was released where Stunner Girl and Natalie was in the airport, and Stunner Girl made a mention of she gonna catch that bitch in a parking lot or some shit like that. So clearly, Stunner Girl and Natalie were having some type of conversation about beefs and about drama. Because why would Stunner Girl say that? Okay, why would she say that if y'all hadn't already been having conversations about who you don't like, who you got problems with, whatever, whatever, woo woo. And we know she was coming back to the show to settle unfinished business. So it's just like you can't sit here act oblivious that you didn't know this girl had an issue with me, right? But y'all was rolling together, and then right after she finds out where I'm staying at, and her friend show up and jump me. So it's very, I very much understand why Ivory feels the way. Like she has all the evidence is one to Natalie, as Natalie giving out the location. Simple. And the only person who would probably have that type of access is either Natalie or one of the other producers. But I'll just say this, okay? And I'm not trying to exclude Natalie or, prove her innocence or anything like that. But here's the thing. A lot of times when you are doing lives and you're beefing with somebody and you're doing lives, people can look at shit in your background and figure out where the fuck you at. A logo, an emblem. Maybe they've seen the same colors because they've been in a hotel before. It could have been anything that could have really given Stunner Girl an inkling as to where Ivory was, okay? Because they were going back and forth and Ivory was doing lives, okay? So that's that. And I've seen, you all have seen on the internet how people will be on live talking shit and somebody will literally pull up and come knocking at their fucking door. That's just to show you that sometimes whatever you're surrounded by can tell on your ass. And that live is like, you might as well drop your location. You know what I'm saying? When you're going on lives and stuff like that, people can figure out where the fuck you at. So I'm not saying that it's not far fetched to believe that Stunner Girl just had a little, got a, you know what I'm saying, some good observation skills and shit, or wasn't able to piece together where she was. It's not too far fetched. However, I really don't believe that that was the case. I do believe that Natalie had some inkling of what was going to go down, and she didn't warn Ivory, which she should have, because she know how Stunner Girl gets. She should have warned Ivory at the very least, or I feel like she told Stunner Girl what she was. It's simple, It's either or. But either way, I feel like Natalie has something to do with it. It's whatever. So anyway, the Rat Pack arrived, okay? Now, prior to the Rat Pack arriving, Diamond was talking about how she wanted to build an alliance or whatever. Everybody should stick together. And she wanted to see what type of time that the other girls were going to be on. That's why she invited them. And I can tell you right now, Diamond, that was a bad fucking idea. Before, when she first said that shit out her mouth, before I knew what was going to go down, my first thought was literally, that is a bad fucking idea, okay? And almost immediately they proved my point. Soon as the Rat Pack arrived, Dolly and Summer go straight for Ivory. Well, really Dolly. Dolly went straight for Ivory, and them two go to rumbling and tumbling. Oh my goodness. Now, while the fights was purely entertaining, I still feel like it was unnecessary, okay? Because at the end of the day, Ivory was willing to have a conversation. You could tell that Ivory didn't really, she wasn't trying to fight. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't her first thought, was to fight. You feel me? And as soon as the Rat Pack walk in, Lex comes in to have a seat. Dolly goes straight for Ivory. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like the whole fighting situation, only for the simple fact that I could understand if it was y'all first season. You know what I'm saying? If it was Dolly and Summer's first season, I can understand. Y'all got a point to prove. You feel me? But at this point, you already don't walk through the door. So what's the need to turn around and bust the door down after you already don't made it inside? Like, it's stupid. Like, I feel like this was a conversation that could have been had. Or at least have some dialogue and then fight. You feel me? Like, what is y'all issue? You know what I'm saying? And for the life of me, I can't really remember what the fuck Dolly and Ivory was beefing about. Either way, it's fucking stupid. So anywho, Dolly and Ivory, they fought 2 rounds, okay? And I played that shit a few times, and from what I saw, initially Dolly was giving it to Ivory. Okay, it kind of, the first round kind of tied out. They both was giving it to each other, but that second round, Ivory most definitely ate Dolly ass up, and it was crazy because Ivory had to goad Dolly into fighting her again. Dolly said, "Bitch, I ain't fighting you. I already done whooped your ass. I ain't fighting you." But my thing is, you hadn't whooped her ass. You didn't. Okay, and it was one thing for you to come in there and say, "Ivory, stand up," but you came in there and went straight swinging. So it's like Ivory didn't expect you to attack her. So it's like, well, since you attacked her without her expecting it, then what's wrong with giving her a fair round? You feel me? So the second round was kind of like, you know, Dolly had no choice but to fight her again, because it's like, you gonna look real pussy if you don't give her that straight head up. You feel me? So either way, it's like, it was stupid. Dolly's hair was fire, mind you. Before all of this fighting took place, her hair was fire. So it's like, now look at you. Now look at you. Look, a hot fucking busted ass mess. Okay. So anywho, the second round, you could tell Dolly was getting her ass whooped because Summer tried to jump in, right? So the camera flashed, and you see DTB just standing up there with one fucking eyelash, looking confused like a motherfucker. It's the one eyelash for me, bitch. Like, damn, DTB, just snatch the bitch off. Like, why the fuck you walking around with one eyelash? She looked crazy as fuck. So anyway, Summer calls out DTB, okay? So she says she want that fade from DTB. Summer and DTB start fighting, and if you ask me, I think Summer got her. Summer did get her a little bit, but I think DTB won that. But then again, I'll leave that up in the air because it was kind of like the fight was too quick to really make a determination. But I really feel like Summer obviously don't learn a thing or two from all these hundreds of fights and all them hundreds of ass whoopings she got. So she definitely stuck in there, okay? So then Summer had the audacity to tell DTB that she was a a disrespectful ass clout chaser. And I'm thinking to myself, like, wow. Summer, the biggest clout chaser, like literally the biggest fucking clout chaser, the bitch that won't shut the fuck up. You have the audacity to call DTB a clout chaser. I mean, pot kettle much. Like, you can't call a bitch out for some shit that you do. It's just ridiculous. And then Ivory tells Summer that her ass was stinking through the thong. And that shit was diabolical as fuck. I almost fell on the fucking floor. But real shit though, the outfit that Summer was wearing was crazy. Like, at first I thought the bitch ain't having no draws. Okay, I seen that black patch and I was like, ah, damn, bitches, you like, you here with a whole hairy pussy and a see through outfit. But apparently she had on black panties or a black thong or whatever the case is. She looked stank as fuck. I'm sorry. Y'all don't gave the wrong bitch some money and she still ain't took a bath. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Summer will forever look dirty to me. I'm sorry. Uh so anyway, Dolly and Summer, this is what I was saying when I said it was a bad idea for DTB to like try to build an alliance with the big three or with the Rat Pack, because it was just like Summer and Dolly when they're yelling out, "We team Natalie." Now, this is what I said before. I said now I've said this before that I feel like Dolly and Summer's relationship is a lot tighter than Lex. Lex is kind of like the weak extension of the tree. She's just there. You feel me? And so I think that this is good for Lex because last season Lex pissed a lot of people off. I've seen y'all eat her ass up in the comments. She pissed a lot of people off with her link up with Summer and Dolly. Okay, I don't feel like that was a good mix. You feel me? Lex don't carry on the way that they do. You feel me? And while opposites do attract, and your friends can be one way and you another way, but I never felt like their threesome was a good stick, okay? Because Lex don't give the ratchet that Dolly and Summer give, and she don't give follower, okay? Now I might not like Lex. I might feel like she's a bit wavy when it comes to her personality, but what I will tell you, she definitely is not a follower. Okay, Summer and Dolly follow behind each other, and they stupid as fuck. Because for them to say they team Natalie after they don't see how Natalie have treated literally every friend that she's been friend with, she don't feel like with literally every person she's been friends with. But y'all so busy trying to dick ride her, y'all not acknowledging that it's a problem. Okay, now I'm not saying you should dislike Natalie. That is still their boss. That's still all their boss. You feel me? But to be all up under her, to be sucking her ass, that's just come on now. Come on. We don't see this time and time again what happens to people who suck motherfucking Natalie's ass. You see what fucking Scotty going through right now. They beefing like a motherfucker. Matter of fact, I think at this point, Rolly and Natalie don't fell out. Like, literally, the bitch can't keep a friend. And that should tell you something about a person. When they can't keep a friend, they fall out with everybody. That should tell you something about their character. I'm just saying. So anyway, after the fighting, DTB, Pretty B, and Ivory goes in the bathroom. So Ivory sees Ivory said like she's in the mirror. She's like, "Oh, bitch, I got it. I been had this black eye." Cause mind you, uh, she did get jumped like days before by Stunner Girl and her friends. Okay, so she already had a black eye, which she had covered up with makeup. But because of all the fighting and everything, you was able to see it more. Don't get me wrong. Dolly probably contributed to her. You know what I'm saying? She probably contributed or made it worse. But at the end of the day, the way Ivory looked versus how Dolly looked, well, I'm just saying, a vast difference. All right. Um, and so anyway, DTB's going off saying like those bitches, look how she treats Scotty, da 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 da. The same thing I just said, basically. But Pretty P was like, well, them bitches ain't gonna listen. Like, don't even like waste your breath because them hoes ain't gonna listen. Obviously, they stupid as fuck. Okay. So meanwhile, while they're in the bathroom, Summer sees Pretty P's purse sitting on a chair. And so she picks up the purse. She's like, oh, this ain't none of my bitch's purse. When the security guard walks over, she's like, oh, this is my purse. And she takes the motherfucking purse and walks off. Okay? So Pretty P comes out. She's looking for her purse. Now we know that this is going to be a storyline pretty much for Pretty P getting back her items out this purse. Okay? Now I'm going to put the clip in real quick. The live of Dolly. And on that live, you see Dolly with her face fucked up, clearly. And she's holding up a chain. So she thinks that she took Ivory's chain or DTB's chain. I don't know who chain she thought she took, but she ended up taking Pretty P's chain. Because obviously they had her purse. So apparently Pretty P had a Rolex in that bitch. She had her chain, she had money, and her items went missing. Okay, so we will see at some point in the season what is going to be done by that, how Pretty P is going to handle that. It is what it is. Um, and so then we get to see the meetup. Okay, so at the restaurant, Natalie meets up with Stunner Girl at the restaurant, and she's pretty much like telling Stunner Girl like the issues that she's having with certain girls on the cast crew. So Natalie asked Stunner a very interesting question. She asked Stunner Girl, "How did you get Ivory's location?" And so Stunner Girl says, "I cleared your name for you, but I'm gonna let those bitches figure out, do some homework, some research or some shit, and figure out how the fuck I found out." But it was something about that little interaction that made me feel like, yeah, Natalie, you gave up the locate. Or if not the locate, you damn sure helped Stunner Girl figure out what the fuck Ivory was. Because it's just like, okay, y'all in Atlanta. It's hundreds upon hundreds of fucking hotels in Atlanta. So for her to have found the exact one that Ivory was at, bitch, come on. It gives setup all day. All day. If not by Natalie, then Natalie know who the fuck did it and why it happened. Child, whatever. And so Anna comes in. Anna comes in, she dressed like she ready for motherfucking war, bitch. She got her hair bagged up. She dressed in all black, like she finna just go do a quick mission or some shit. Okay? And so her and Natalie starts going back and forth. Natalie gets up from the table and walks up on uh Anna. Now, mind you, when she goes at Anna, it's like she kept trying to grab at her or something. She kept reaching for her. Anna stutter. Pop, 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 beep, beep, beep. Soon as Natalie reached for her, beep, beep. Natalie reached again. She, beep, beep. I was thinking to myself, like, that shit, child, that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. Like, Natalie got her ass tapped a couple of times. Like, she got her ass tapped a few times. It was embarrassing to watch. Like, honestly. You let that little ass girl run circles around your ass. Like, seriously. That little ass girl put a hurting on Natalie. Like, she thumped her ass. Thump, 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 thump. While Natalie trying to snatch at her. I was like, damn, Natalie, you really can't fucking fight, girl. She fight like a white girl. Open fisted and swinging and scratching and shit. That's what Natalie do. And the crazy part about it, she was low-key trying to set on her ass up. Because at one point, the security guard got in between them, right? And so Natalie tells Anna to come on, come on. She was trying to get Anna to walk towards her so that Stunner Girl can jump on that ass, okay? I ain't stupid. I seen it. I seen it. I seen it. And I'm thinking to myself, like, bitch, you think Anna fucking stupid? Why the fuck would she walk over there closer to both of y'all bitches so y'all can tag team her? Why the fuck would she set herself up like that? Stunner Girl is already 4 times her size. Natalie a good 2, 3. So, like, why the fuck would she even set herself up like that for real? Natalie, you ain't as slick as you tried to be, child. But anywho, the episode ends with basically Anna and Stunner Girl kind of going at it. Now, we don't get to see that full fight, unfortunately, but it do look like Stunner Girl was eating fucking on her ass up. It looked like she was minking her ass real good against that bar. But we will see the remaining of the rest of that fight in next week's episode. Also, it looked like it's gonna go up next week as well because you got Scotty. Big Lex finally gets to put an ass whooping on Scotty. She been trying to get to Scotty all season. Well, last season, child. So now it looks like she's gonna have her opportunity to give Scotty what she been trying to give Scotty, okay? And that whole thing between Lex and Scotty is weird to me anyway, because it's just like, Lex, let it go. Like, you know you can whoop Scotty, okay? Next to Summer, Scotty is the weakest fighter. Like, you honestly know that you can whoop her without a doubt, hands down. So it's just like, it do gives off a little cringy that she keep coming for keep coming for Scotty, because it's like, bitch, you bullying her at this point, because like, you know the girl don't want to fight you. You know she's scared of you. She been trying to duck face. She been pump faking like she ain't scared, but we know she's scared. Not only that, Lenny been trying to protect her the whole time. So it's just like, if you gotta go all out your way like that to try to fight somebody, it's you pushing the issue. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a simple conversation would have sufficed, okay? If she would have sat down and talked to Scotty, Scotty is a lot of things, but she's not irrational, okay? She's somebody that you can sit down and have a conversation with. So if Lex felt like slighted about anything that happened with Scotty, it's a conversation that could have been had. I don't think she have to beat the girl up. Like, I don't know. I just don't like the idea of Scotty getting beat up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the fact that she's trying to fight back, but it's just like, damn, Lex, for real. Like, we already know that you can whoop her ass. But, y'all, that's where the episode ended, y'all. And like I said, this was a very good episode for it to be the first one. They didn't waste no time giving us, you know, some of the tea, some of the follow-up drama from Baddies Midwest. Okay, so yes, I'm definitely interested to see what this season has in store. With that being said, I will be dropping my recap for Baddies Gone Wild soon. Hopefully, I can get it out before Sunday, because I really do not feel like doing a part episode 1 and 2 recap put together. These motherfucking Zeus been dropping these shows back to back, so they keeping me fucking busy, bitch. And I'm already a little bit behind because like I said, I went on vacation. So bitch, I'm already a little bit behind or whatever, woo to woo. So it is what it is. But with that being said, y'all, let me know your thoughts about everything that transpired. How do you guys feel about the whole situation with Natalie? Like, do you guys agree with Ahna and Scotty, how they're kind of like teaming up against Natalie and everything like that? Do you guys feel like that was well deserved? Because I kind of feel like it was well deserved. Like, at some point, the devil comes to collect, okay? And I feel like, yes, Natalie is messy and that's her job to be messy. However, I feel like Natalie needs to separate herself from the cast. Because if you sitting up there and you sitting at the same table as these girls, you can't keep sitting up there like you Jesus. Like, bitch, I am more, I'm above, I'm over y'all, but y'all sitting right here at the same table, eating the same, at the same plate. So it's just like, okay, well, bitch, at some point as the EP, you need to step back and elevate yourself. And sometimes growth can be scary. Like, I feel like Natalie loved the spotlight so much till she's willing to deal with the disrespect. When she knows that only thing she have to do is step behind the camera. Get your ass from off screen, okay? Get your ass from off screen a little bit, or make yourself scarce, so that way the girls know that there's a degree of separation. You seen what dramatic difference it made for Jocelyn when by season 3, Jocelyn had don't stop being under them girls like that, started being around them, stopped hanging around them like that, and there became there was less problems for Jocelyn when it came to the girls. It became a clear line of the girls are here, Jocelyn's here. And I feel like if Natalie implement that same strategy and separate herself from the girls instead of trying to be like house A, house B, if she separates herself from the girls, then they would probably respect her more. Okay? It's just like if an adult sit up there and play with kids. Well, the kids are gonna fucking mistake you for a child. They're gonna start treating your ass like you one of them because you always around them. Like they say, if you play with a puppy, it will lick you dead in the mouth. Okay, so with that being said, I'm out, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Deuces.